क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलेगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें, जहां जोश भी है, जहां होश भी है, जहां क्रिकेट है, आओ देखें क्रिकेट टीवी।
Hello and welcome back to Cricket TV, all things cricket and more. The T20 World Cup has now reached the business end. Four teams remain: India, England, South Africa, New Zealand, and the semi-finals begin today. Joining us is Narayan Pasari and Nikhil Morsawala. South Africa take on New Zealand today at Eden Gardens, and India will face England tomorrow. But India reached this stage after a dramatic run chase against West Indies, powered by Sanju Samson. He scored 97, 3 runs to his century, and we don't know if he was going to be part of the squad as well or not. That was point of discussion a few days ago. So India's journey hasn't been completely smooth. They were dominant performance, but also the heavy loss to South Africa was a shocker. Sir, what do you think about India's performance in this tournament?
It's not been, honestly, the competition has been so weak in the qualifying rounds. You won against teams like United States, Namibia, Netherlands, Zimbabwe. These are
We
not,
can't hear you, Nikhil. We can't hear you.
not at all. It's coming
Now this is
without.
okay.
Yeah. So, I was saying that the run up to the Super 8 was very, I mean, we played against all the weak teams. We won against USA, Namibia, Pakistan again. I think you can't consider strong against India at least, and Netherlands. So, and the only strong team that we played, we lost badly.
Correct.
So, I think the run up to the Super 8 was miserable. We just sort of got through. And then in the Super 8s, again, West Indies was the key for us, and there who performed, a person who was never considered for the team and was not even a talking point, and he comes and takes the day for us. So what happened to all the Maharathis, as we call them? What happened to Ishan Kishan, and what happened to Abhishek Sharma? What happened to Hardik Pandya? So I think all in all, first of all, I would like to be very negative and say we don't deserve to be in the semis. Okay, I genuinely think that West Indies played a fantastic tournament, and they played so well. Most of their batsmen, bowlers came through, and they played percentage cricket according to me. They gave us care. Afghanistan unfortunately didn't qualify. Two super overs against a very strong team, and they just scraped through. And the opposite team, I think Australia or South Africa, I forget which one, just scraped through on two super overs. They just missed out on qualifying. They also played very good cricket. So on from a performance quality perspective, if I leave aside my nationalism and I'm an Indian and I want India to win, all that is superb. But purely from a performance perspective, I don't think we deserve to be there. We've not played good cricket, and if we want to go to the finals, England is in good nick. They have, I think, also an unbeaten track record, if I'm not mistaken. And you are playing against a team that's on a up and up. They have Harry Brook is in super form, and the bowlers are doing very, very well. So I think we need to be really playing percentage cricket. We can't have a shoddy Abhishek and a tweaky Ishan and a sort of off-color Shivam Dubey. I don't know what he's doing in the team, honestly, but he's there, and maybe you live with him. But because he seems to be the coach's favorite, I don't know what he's doing in the team. If you ask me, in that whole 11 that is being played, or that played the qualifier, the sort of virtual quarterfinal, I think I was wondering why he's there in the team. Maybe they did 14, 15, 16, 17 runs of 2, 3, 4 balls. Maybe that may have made it. As a bowler, he was not used. So if you don't use Shivam Dubey as a bowler, he's not a batsman. He's an all-rounder. Then why do you want him in the team? So he didn't bowl even 1 over in that entire quarterfinal, virtual quarterfinal. So yeah, I think it's tough. It's going to be a tough match with England. I mean, obviously I want India to win, but I have I think unless they really pull up their socks and play the way they are supposed to be playing, the way they played before the World Cup, the way Abhishek performed before the World Cup, Ishan Kishan performed before the World Cup, Hardik Pandya was in full spate. Bumrah is the only person I think who's really played out of his skin and done the job that he's supposed to do. Arshdeep कभी अच्छा कभी नरम कभी गर्म हुआ है लेकिन बुमराह no complaints. I think he's really lived up and stepped up to the plate and done his job. But other than that, I think everybody been off and on, off and on. किसी का एक का चल गया तो चल गया और सामने वाली टीम अच्छा नहीं खेली तो हम जीत गए। ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे।
And India's openers have struggled throughout the tournament. How dangerous that can be, how inconsistent top order. Narayan sir?
So if you see all the teams which have been played against India, they have now very well thought of and read how the openers play. Correct, especially Ishan and Abhishek both. And now Sanju to theek hai. So what happened is that उन्होंने अच्छी साजिश लगा के समझ गए. Even if you see in one of the teams, the matches, the spinner came in the first over and got the wicket. तो ऐसा है कि as you rightly said, Sanju Samson was not part of the core plan of the team at the start of the tournament, say 2 weeks ago. But what happened was, lot of off spinners put lot of pressure on Abhishek and Ishan. So that was one thought, and those two lefties, instead left combination के चक्कर में एक right का combination लाया गया. I fully agree with Nikhil कि if these openers in the first 6 overs don't score 70, 75, no team can, a team like India cannot, reach to 180, 200. बहुत मुश्किल है करने का वो हिसाब से, So even in that match in Eden Gardens, that virtual quarter final, Surya's decision to bowl first, did not meet, approval from so many people actually. And the Windies batters made most of India's mistakes on the field, if you see, at the moment, except for that Jasprit's 12th over, where he got 2 wickets, so that was only one positive. उसके बाद अगर आप देखो तो वेस्ट इंडीज 15 ओवर के बाद में 125 थे, 4 पे, और at the end they were 195. They scored 70 runs in the last 5 overs. देखा जाए, especially Holder and Powell का वो 76 का partnership, that was a big, lot of see, if you see, most of the Indian bowlers were at sea that time. अर्शदीप ने देखो 43 रन दिए, हार्दिक ने 40 रन दिए, 1 विकेट लिया, अक्षर ने 35 रन दिए, वरुण ने 40 रन दिए, 1 विकेट लिया. सो एंड खाली बुमराह एक बंदा था, उसने भी 36 रन दिए और 2 विकेट लिए. So if in this, if you give above 9-10 का average के अंदर, per over, very difficult to contain any team basically. And rightly said by Nikhil, why did they not use the 6th bowler? If you have a bowler in your team, why have not used that bowler actually? और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि चांस नहीं मिला, जब वहां इतने लोग इतना रन ठोक रहे हैं. Even in the last 5 overs, he could have been used. There was no issue of not using him at all basically. So अगर ये जो है, अगर especially Abhishek owed lot of runs to the team after he dropped 2 catches, तो उसका तो भरपाई कर तू यार, बाकी तो सब छोड़ सकते हैं अपन, है ना. So अगर आप देखो अभिषेक तो 6 innings में 80 रन बनाए, which is not Abhishek at all. So I think he is under pressure, but लगता है the way he has played in Wankhede earlier, I think he knows the entire stadium and on the pitch and all. तो मेरे ख्याल से ठीक होना चाहिए game tomorrow.
Interestingly, England players have openly said that they are not intimidated by the India in semi-finals, even with Mumbai crowd behind. Is that genuine confidence or just the typical English behavior?
There are 2 teams in world cricket who are superb at mind games. One is Australia, the other is England. So
Correct.
don't take anything they say at face value. They plan it out. They know the psyche of the Indian audience, of the Indian spectator, and they play to the gallery. They know what they have to say.
आपकी
So
आवाज
they-
बहुत कम आ रही है वापस.
so they know what to say because they play to the gallery. They play to the emotion of the crowd, and they play to the emotion of the cricketer. See, they have to put Abhishek down further, right? They know that they know that he's on a weak wicket. They know that he's sort of struggling now. Assuming that they continue with him, I'm assuming that he's not dropped, and I don't think he will be. But assuming he's not dropped, England has this very classic, opportunity of putting him down by making this sort of statement कि हमें पड़ी नहीं है, हम तो पता कर ले, हमें पता है क्या करना है फलाना टीम का. और शायद ओपनिंग में वो उस्मा के पास स्लो बॉलर का नाम क्या है, आई फॉरगेट हिज नेम, वेरी गुड बॉलर हु
Archer?
बोल्स
Archer.
हाँ No, slow
Jo-
bowler,
Jo-
the spin bowler. The spin bowler who
Rashid,
bowls well.
Adil Rashid.
Adil
Rashid.
Rashid. They can probably start with Adil Rashid to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
put him off the off his stride. So I think
Yes.
all these are mind games. I don't think we should go by that. They will
Mm,
be under stress, under pressure,
mm,
because they haven't really performed well on the lead up to this tournament, and they have been beaten at home, beaten outside. So I think they will need to perform. That there are players in the team who are sort of डावाडोल, जिन्होंने अच्छा नहीं खेला है, और जिन्होंने sort of scraped through in some of the games. So I think they will be under tremendous pressure, and home advantage, you cannot ignore home advantage. And then not in Kolkata. Come on. I mean, any other place I can imagine. 100,000 people shouting India, India, India. Don't tell me you're not intimidated. You have to be. I mean, there's no question
You
about
have
that.
to be.
So I think that's just talk. And I think that big advantage of playing in Kolkata is the shorter
Quick
boundaries.
boundary. Yeah.
If Abhishek gets going, and
Mm,
as he should, law of averages is suggesting that.
Mumbai, sir.
uh,
mm.
Sorry.
Wankhede. They're playing
Oh, we're
Wankhede.
in
playing at the Wankhede. Okay, they're
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
at the Wankhede. So the
yeah.
pitch is also batter friendly, I think. So
Mm,
the Wankhede is known for high scores,
mm, mm.
and Surya Kumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya, they are darlings of the Mumbai crowd. I think you're going to have a humdinger there. But I think on performance, I'm a little doubtful, but on skill, on paper skill, on the strength of the team, I think India has an advantage. On strength of the team, not on performance. The problem is the performance of the last 5, 6, 7 weeks that they have played. I think they've not played to potential. So that makes me a little nervous, a little doubtful on what will happen. But on skill, I think they beat man to man. I think they beat England hands down.
If you see Wankhede, there have been 7 matches till now in this World Cup. And the highest score has been by West Indies, 254 against Zimbabwe, the last match of the tournament there. Baki, there have been matches between Nepal, Scotland, Nepal, West Indies, Nepal, Italy. और एक मैच में जहां इंग्लैंड 196 सॉरी वेस्ट इंडीज 196 जो इंग्लैंड हारा था 166 30 रन से जो हारा था ना, वो मैच भी वानखेड़े में खेला गया है. तो और इंडिया यूएसए वाला मैच भी जो फर्स्ट मैच था इंडिया का 161 एंड वन था, वो भी वानखेड़े में 161 का ही था, 132 का स्कोर था 161. सो मेरे को नहीं लग रहा है कि ये ज्यादा कोई क्वाइट हाई स्कोरिंग मैच होगा. वी डोंट नो व्हिच पिच दे आर गोइंग टू यूज इन दिस मैच, बट वी दैट कुड बी वन थिंग. Now coming back again to what Nikhil said, India does not deserve the way they have played to be in the semi-final. अगर आप देखोगे ना इंडिया के सब मैचेस में, it is always that is only one player who has played in that match. If you start with say
USA.
USA, it was Surya. If you Namibia, it was Varun Chakravarti. For Pakistan, it was Ishan Kishan. In Netherlands, it was Shivam. Arshdeep played in Zimbabwe, and Sanju in the last match, West Indies. So no same player has repeated top performance in all the matches. Back to back. जो कि
No consistency.
अगर कंसिस्टेंसी होता है तो वो प्लेयर को खेलना चाहिए 2 बार एक्चुअली, 2 या 3 बार खेलना चाहिए. If you just see the other way around, if you see the England Will Jacks, he has now won 4 man of the match, man of the players, till now. With the bat, with the ball, he has been doing something or the other, जो नहीं है. और इंडिया जो साउथ अफ्रीका वाला मैच हारे, उसमें no player performed except for 140. Nobody performed, and that match only put India in that NRR down. Actually, on huge pressure. उतना बड़ा डिफरेंस से हारे ना, तो वो एक बहुत बड़ा गेम उसके अंदर हो गया देखा जाएगा. So I agree, Bumrah has to play a very important role, and India should use the 6th bowler in case they have one. Whether it is Dubey or whether it is XYZ, we don't know. But how do we work out? Let us see how it is, basically. And you see the way Archer is performing, Dawson, Overton, the way they are bowling. Adil Rashid is bowling good. Even they tried Rehan also in one of the matches, Rehan Ahmed. And Karan is, of course,
Rehan played very well in that
match.
game.
Yeah. So, and Sam Curran made that press conference, which you kept talking about, and he spoke, कि हम कोई डरते नहीं है, and we are very confident, very style guy.
Also
So, and
Bakwas.
Sam Curran is a favorite in IPL also, so he understand the Indian conditions very well. तो उसको किया हुआ, तो let's see how it works out. And in fact ऐसा भी नहीं है कि इंग्लैंड भी ऐसे जल्दी से घुस गया है. If you see out of the 4 group matches, नेपाल को 4 रन से हराया, and इटली को खाली 24 रन से हराया. And in Super 8 they won all the matches, but पाकिस्तान को 2 विकेट से, so it is not that they are also very superbly एकदम convincingly आ गए हैं सेमीफाइनल के अंदर. They are also fighting it out.
What one thing that I think is that one of the strengths that England has is the batting, and one of the weaker side is the bowling. They don't have really a match-winning massive bowler at this point of time. So maybe from a team perspective, I think if Shivam Dube is dropped in favor of say Kuldeep Yadav, for example, because if our top 4 5 are gunning and playing well, I don't think we have to worry about or bring in a Washington Sundar if you want an all rounder, bring in Washi instead of Shivam. Then maybe it might, and he's a favorite of Gautam Gambhir. Everybody knows that, so maybe he'll come in. But I think we need to strengthen our bowling because the batting of England is pretty good, and when people like Harry Brook and Jacob Bethel and Josh Butler and Sam Curran start hitting, they can be a huge handful to manage. So I think at that point of time, a bowler like Washington Sundar, who can on a good wicket turn the ball well, and of course Kuldeep Yadav can do wonders on any sort of a pitch on his good day. I think we should think of that and forget about Shivam Dube's batting skills. He does play well at times, and he does win the match for us. That 20-30 runs becomes crucial, when he plays that. So I don't take anything away from his performance with the bat, but I think as a bowler, he has been quite miserable is not maybe too extreme a word, but he's not done what he's supposed to. I think in one match he was hit all over the place.
Correct.
He bought 3-4 wides and some 2 sixes and 1 4, ended up with giving 24-25 runs. I think these type of overs can swing the match in favor of the other side. So if Bumrah has bowled well, Arshdeep has bowled well, everything is kept tight, then one bowler comes and gives away 20-30 runs in one over, पूरा बैलेंस जो है, पूरा संयम जो है वो हिल जाता है. तो ऐसे समय में आपको एक ऐसा बॉलर चाहिए जो नपातुला हो और जो रन स्कोरिंग के भले विकेट न ले लेकिन रन्स को टाइट रखे और न कि ऐसे रन्स को जाने दे. तो मुझे लगता है बहुत जरूरी है कि हम शिवम दुबे को इस बार रिप्लेस करें आइदर विद ऑलराउंडर. So all-rounder to all-rounder, you have a batsman and a bowler, or with a specialist bowler like Kuldeep Yadav. That's because of England's strength in batting. I think you need one that extra specialist bowler to curtail their scoring abilities.
If you even see that even Varun is not doing that well, the way he has to be a mystery bowler. So अभी वो mystery bowler को either they have the opposition, all the teams have understood, how to tackle him basically. तो जब भी उनको 5वां या 6वां ओवर भी देते हैं ना, तो वो ओवर भी इतना इफेक्टिव नहीं होता है और काफी रन जा रहे हैं उसके अंदर, बेसिकली. सो वो भी एक केस ऑफ वरी है. एंड बट अगर अपने पास तिलक वर्मा भी है बढ़िया एंड योर गुड लाइनअप, आई थिंक योर थॉट ऑफ dropping Dube can be considered for. I would prefer to take in Kuldeep Yadav because Kuldeep Yadav, he is somebody who understands the psyche of the batters very fast compared to the. और अभी लेकिन इश्यू यही है कि अभी उनको ज्यादा खिलाया नहीं गया इस टूर्नामेंट में. तो एक वो भी एक फर्क पड़ता है कि इफ यू आर नॉट प्लेड इन द टूर्नामेंट एंड इमीडिएटली यू आर गिवन at a semi-final, getting him played would be also, somewhere the management has to really look at.
And the other thing that I have not understood what sometimes Surya Kumar does, and I don't know what your thoughts are, Hitvi, and yours, Narayan, on using Hardik Pandya as a death bowler. I don't think he has the ability to bowl at the death because especially when the other team is 2 down or 3 down or 4 down and they have the solid middle order still on the pitch who can have the ability to hit. I think in one match he got taken for 20-30 runs in the last 20th over that was bowled. I think it was South Africa. I think it was South Africa by that we lost by 76 runs. In that last over he gave away some 20-22 runs. तो 150 का 170 का 190 हो गया, something like that happened. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I do know that last over cost India a lot. and it was bowled by Hardik Pandya. So I think we have to keep at least a couple of like bowlers like a Bumrah or a Arshdeep towards the end, not use Bumrah too much in the beginning unless he's taking wickets. If he's on a wicket taking spree, one understands that you give him a third over, because he's already taken 2 or 3 wickets, batsmen are struggling, and you give him one more over to और एक विकेट ले सकता है शायद. तो वो लॉजिक बैठता है कभी कभी. लेकिन अगर नॉर्मल सर्कमस्टेंसेज में आपको 17, 18, 19, 20th ओवर्स में ऐसे बॉलर रखने चाहिए जो स्कोर को कंट्रोल कर पाए, अदरवाइज यू लूज द मैच इन दैट लास्ट 2 overs. And I think professional teams like England are sharp at this. They know that how they may have controlled the run in the first 16 overs. In the last 4 overs, they know how to make up that shortfall and make 30, 40, 60, 80 runs in the last 4 overs. They have the ability. So I think that the captaincy here will have to be a bit smart. We'll have to figure out how to move around the bowlers. And that last 4 overs will become very crucial if we are bowling first. If we are chasing, then the last 4 overs, according to me, of our bowling side, of our bowling innings in the first half or the first 20 overs, is going to be very, very critical of how Surya Kumar handles his bowlers. It's going to be very important.
So, taking a cue on what Nikhil said just now, I was also wondering why is Bumrah coming in at the fourth over instead of the first over itself, basically. क्या हो रहा है अभी, अर्शदीप पंड्या दो आपस में डाल देते हैं, उसके बाद में वो लेके आते हैं बुमराह को. तो क्या है, तब तक क्या होता है, 18-20 बॉल हो चुकी होती है, बैटर्स को सब मालूम होता है क्या स्विंग हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है. उसके बाद में होता है, तो देन देयर इज नो सरप्राइज एलिमेंट व्हिच बुमराह कैन ब्रिंग इन. दिस इज सो ही शुड ट्राई हिम ऑन द सेकंड एंड द फोर्थ ओवर एंड देन लीव द लास्ट 2 overs एट द फैग एंड. तो क्या होगा कि बॉलर्स को, बैटर्स को जब तक समझ में आए तब तक तो गिलियां उड़ जानी चाहिए बेसिकली. ये भी एक थॉट है इसे.
And I think Surya Kumar should use Akshar more in the first 6 overs, because
Yes,
I think
yes.
he's not doing that.
Yeah,
Akshar didn't play a couple of matches, but I think Akshar is very effective
correct.
to upset the rhythm of the batsman. He's a very sharp, very smart bowler. He may not
Very
spin the
smart
ball
bowler.
much.
Yeah.
He doesn't spin the ball much. He's not
Yes.
doesn't have the skill of spinning the ball, but he knows the angle and the
Yes.
bounce. He gets that right to upset a batsman. And I think he needs that. Surya Kumar must have that confidence in Akshar to bring
Yes.
him on the third over or the fifth over.
Yeah.
That will allow him to
Mm.
bring in Bumrah before and get in Arshdeep maybe later. Bring in
Yeah.
Akshar first, get Hardik in the middle overs, say
Yes.
8, 10, 12, 14.
Yeah.
Those can be his slots.
Mm.
And then get Bumrah back at 16, 18 or 17, 19 and do Arshdeep at 18, 20, something like that. Well, for that, you need to bring an Akshar Patel type of a bowler in the mix of the first 6 overs. That's very
Correct.
important.
So something on Samson, Sanju Samson's good inning. Basically, if you see the way, his strength is not to manufacture big shots. If you see, basically, he is always looking for a possibility of a bowler erring somewhere, and then the way he's hit those square drives, that day, across the ground, were worth looking at basically. And he offside gaps also he pierced. Back foot shots were excellent. Rolling of the wrist and keeping the ball down was basically all his hallmarks. So superb credit. He never, at no point he looked worried. He never allowed the run rate to go up, even though the batters in his fellow batters were getting out. Like he kept his calm. So this was one hallmark of an inning of a person who has understood and who has been in this for more than a decade. So hats off to him. Today we are doing this preview because of his inning only. Otherwise, would have been no.
There is one very common trait between Ravindra Jadeja. There's a very common trait between Ravindra Jadeja and Sanju Samson.
Correct.
They creep upon the opposition. The opposition does not realize that अरे साला ये पहुंच गया winning post तक. So एकदम without shosha, Ravindra Jadeja bowls very quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quickly. By the time the opposition knows उसका 4 over खत्म हो जाता है, and they are not able to keep a track, and they lose a track. If you watch Sanju's innings that day, completely unhurried, no jumping up and down, no extravagant show कि I am reaching 50 हो गया मेरा, 30 हो गया, 60 हो गया, 80 हो गया, 150 हो गया. Nothing. For him, a 6 was like a dot ball and a 4 was like a 1. He treated every ball equally, he didn't jump up, he didn't jump down. And then
Yes.
what happens in that, the
Uh,
opposition gets lulled, it gets lulled into, अरे इसको क्या कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, तो कुछ नहीं कर सकेगा. And that is, I think, his biggest plus point. That he creeps upon the opposition, he slowly goes in, and until the final realize कि ये already winning post तक पहुंच गया, अब मैं क्या करूं.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah,
I think that ability, that quality is outstanding in that man. And
yes.
it's not new. We have seen him doing that earlier also.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
But
10
to
12
do
साल
it
हो गए.
on the world stage, to do it on the
Yes, yes,
world stage under so much
yes,
pressure in
yes,
front of a home crowd,
yes,
hats off to him. I think he was, if cool Captain Cool was Mahendra Singh Dhoni,
yes,
Captain whatever you want to call him, cool wicket
yes.
keeper, cool opening
Wicketkeeper, yeah,
batsman,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
completely, totally super.
Correct,
Hats off to him.
correct, correct. It was India's highest successful run chase also in a World Cup. So मतलब ये 200 के ऊपर नहीं है, 200 के नीचे ही है actually. So tomorrow if India wins the toss, they should chase a target or they should put a target. This is
I
one
don't know.
question I want to ask Nikhil.
Ask Hetvi first. What does Hetvi think? What does your instinct tell you, Hetvi?
I think we should bat first, put a good total, and then defend it.
Acha.
That's
Yeah, I
And
think
what would be your target when you are putting a total?
ooh,
अब
not
की
not a
बार
good
ती-
question for me.
अब की बार 300 पार.
Oh. Yeah, we have Abhishek Sharma bringing a chant.
Uh,
No, I think, but I would go with Hetvi. That I think we should. I have always a lot of confidence in India's bowling. I have very, very little confidence in India's ability to chase. And most of our super championships have been won batting
Defend.
first, especially the 1983 World Cup, which is stuck in my head. So I think if we bat first and put up a decent score, I think our bowlers have the full capability of defending against any batting. And I think when we could do it against West Indies, Australia, South Africa, we've done it time and again by bowling second. Even on a medium to low score, we have won. So on a high score, so I don't see much of an issue. But yes, I would go with Hetvi. I would bat first if I won the toss. You, Narayan?
yeah, well, see, England also has good batters. If you see, there's a Phil Salt, there's a Butler, there's a Harry
Yeah,
Brook.
yeah,
तो
absolutely.
ऐसा नहीं है कि उनके पास में बैटर्स नहीं है, वो भी समझते हैं टूर्नामेंट के अंदर. एंड अगर इंडिया ने बैटिंग करके 180 190 स्कोर कर दिए, it could be a good score where the bowlers can defend basically. And if that change of Dubey happens and you get an extra bowler putting in a specialized or a all-rounder like Sundar, I think India would be very quite comfortable in defending that total. और ऐसे जगह पे मकाम पे पहुंच गए हैं कि अभी बस एक इसके बाद में सीधा फाइनल ही है. I think India, with under good support from the local Mumbai crowd, should be able to do a good job tomorrow.
I think
India
a lot depends on
versus
Akshar. A lot depends on the Nadiad boy also, I think, Akshar, because
Yeah.
he has been a bit off color, I think. So a little bit from him on the bowling side, on the batting side, he is the vice captain after all. And
Yeah,
I
of
think
course,
he
yeah.
I think he probably will play a role in both the batting and the bowling tomorrow. And I think he needs known to deliver. So I think a lot of confidence in him and a lot of faith in him. Surya Kumar is, I think, in good element. He's playing well. And the top three, let's see, Ishan, Abhishek, and Sanju. Let's see what they do. Tilak Verma has done consistently well. I think
Yes.
he sort of cemented his place, and we can expect a quick fire 20-30 from him
Yes, yes.
on any pitch, any day, any time.
Correct,
So
correct.
and he plays fearlessly. He does well. Last innings he got out on a very good shot, but the catch was very good that was taken by
Superb.
Shimron Hetmeyer. He
Hetmeyer's
jumped up
shot.
and yeah,
Excellent.
the shot was well thought, well executed.
Superb.
It went over his head, but the guy
Yeah.
jumped up and he did an exceptionally good catch. So I think a lot of credit to Shimron Hetmeyer for
Yeah.
Tilak Verma's wicket. But had Tilak Verma survived, your score would have been, I mean, you could have got that target much faster than
Yeah,
19.1 or 19.2 overs. But yeah, I think all in all, let's hope Akshar Patel fires on all cylinders tomorrow. I think he will. And Abhishek Sharma, fingers crossed if he's playing. He's a talent, and I think one more failure can somehow dent his psychology and somehow dent him, make him mentally unconfident, then it's very difficult to come out unless you take a break like Ishan Kishan did and then came back, or like how my favorite Shreyas Iyer did and came back again after playing county cricket. So I hope he plays well tomorrow because he needs to get his confidence back. He has the skill, he has the art, he has the form. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Ishan Kishan will play a super inning tomorrow. Let's see. This is my prediction.
Hello.
Yeah. Everybody has to play. Temperament matters so much at such,
Absolutely. You said it
high.
right. You said it right. I think the temperament is going to be the difference between success and failure tomorrow. Absolutely.
And India versus England has quietly become one of the biggest knockout rivalries. This is the third consequent times they are playing the
Oh,
semifinals
oh,
together
really?
against each other.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
Interesting.
today's semifinal between South Africa versus New Zealand, who do we want to play against in finals?
Oh, I don't want to play in South Africa, honestly.
So New Zealand.
Because if you ask me after India, which is my favorite team in South Africa, I think they
Yeah.
have been playing a brilliant, brilliant cricket right throughout. You cannot find fault. And Markram as a captain, the way he's marshaled his resources, the way he's used his bowlers, the way he's doing playing field placement, he's marking the opposition batting. I think he's just been superb. And I think, I mean, if India and South Africa play, I won't watch the match.
Right to miss.
मैं तो देखूंगा नहीं मैं सिर्फ रिजल्ट देखूंगा I will not be able to watch it. India, New Zealand. I would say yes. I think we can beat the Black Caps, and they are not at the best. They are playing well, but I don't think they are right there. They are missing something. So we could take advantage of that and be a little dominant. But against South Africa, I would take care of my heart and not watch the match.
Narayan sir, between the four teams, which side looks more complete?
Of course, South Africa.
South Africa.
Indeed.
India
Yep.
was in trouble because of that huge difference. South Africa beat India, and the NRR went into negative minus 3.55.
But New Zealand can surprise us today.
You never know. See, it's very talented. The team is very talented. It's
Yes.
just that there are certain, Glenn Phillips, for example, lost them that match against I forget which team, but a super talented player on a bad day, on at just that one over that he bowled,
Yeah.
he gave away so many runs, and when they were in a winning situation, so I think that you never know, when talent
कुछ भी हो
lets you down,
सकता है.
like Abhishek Sharma's talent let you down.
Yes.
Similarly, anything can happen. So, but South Africa's been like the rhythm. If one fails, the other plays. It's not that एक फेल हो गया तो टीम खत्म हो गई. ये फेल
Correct.
हुआ तो जो नहीं खेल रहा था वो आके ले
खेल
जाता है.
जाएगा.
खेल जाएगा. They are on that sort of ascendancy, and I think that's what makes them unbeatable.
Any closing comments, sir? Narayan
First,
sir.
Narayan, yeah.
No, we have just that it should not be a one-sided affair. This is what I want to see, both the matches. It should be a fought to the 20th over. And cricket fans should get the best out of it. After all, it's a World Cup. It is not any ordinary tournament. So आज 20 वर्ल्ड की 20 टीम्स खेल के आज यहाँ 4 पहुंची है, 4 के बाद 2 और 2 के बाद 1. सो आई थिंक वही है कि अच्छा क्रिकेट होना चाहिए और अच्छी फाइटिंग होनी चाहिए and in all departments of the game actually, whether it's fielding, whether bowling,
कहते हैं ना
or
कि
it is.
इतिहास रचना भी और इतिहास दोहराना
हाँ,
भी है.
Maintain
तो
करना.
दोनों
Yeah.
करना है. You want to repeat
yeah.
history and you want to make history. This is the only
हाँ.
option, probably opportunity
हाँ.
that India has
नहीं
right
नहीं, अभी
now
तो
in
वर्ल्ड
terms
में
of
कई
cricket.
जगह इतिहास लिखे जा रहे हैं वापस. तो
वो तो देखिए ऐसा है, उस बारे में जितना कम बात करें उतनी खुशी रहेगी. नहीं तो रोना आएगा क्यों?
Yeah.
So these are the small pleasures of life of watching
Yeah.
cricket on TV, sitting in our drawing room,
Correct.
having a cup of tea or whatever cup that cheers you in these times that make you say, thank you God, thank you so much for this.
Yes.
नहीं नहीं, इतिहास के अलावा भूगोल भी लिखा जा रहा है.
I swear, seriously. So anyway, one prayer for everybody who's there in the world outside there in difficult circumstances. We hope and pray that everybody is safe and sound and that they don't get caught in the crossfire. But
Correct.
let's watch the match today and tomorrow, and let's hope that on Sunday, we are
Hmm.
back again to talk about India in the final.
Talking about India.
New Zealand has opted to bowl now.
Okay.
New Zealand opted to bowl. So,
200, 200. Okay.
and again, it is Eden Gardens. So,
200,
yeah.
200. Pakka 200.
It will be
Tell
an
you.
interesting match, definitely. So
All
two
right.
semifinals, 4 teams, and then 1 trophy. Let's see who gets it. This is Cricket TV. We will see you after the semifinals. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment down your favorite team who you are siding, apart from India. Thank you.
Thank you.
आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलने लगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है